Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basics. Trying to do sour text baby man of this back and on this it is. Real men rise up, fake men rise up. Real rise up, fake rise now. Brought to our preacher, preach on. Welcome to the Back in Basic broadcast, Back in the Basic. It can continue to continue to do the unsung reviews, even though we did the previous reviews of unsung. This is a previous unsung reviews, even though we do the new previews that Unsung already done for other new episodes of Unsung. But this is old previous episodes I didn't do on my channel. So let's continue to this Unsung. And we're going to talk about this band, the UK band called Heatwave. So they're great bands, man. This is a great band. And let's talk about this wonderful, great very talented band, Heatwave, the band. They from UK. They from United Kingdom. Shout out to all of the UK people and all my UK subscribers. This is for y'all and everywhere else, but especially y'all know about this band from people from the 70s and the 80s, late 70s and early 80s. So let's talk about Heatwave. Heatwave are a UK based funk and disco band forming in 1975. Its most popular lineup featured of American Johnny Wilder Jr. and Keith Wilder, a vocalist of Dayton, Ohio, Englishman, Rad and Templeton, the keyboard, Swiss Amario invented bass, and Czechoslovakia and I think that's Czech Republic. That's in Europe. Czechoslovakia and the Soviet and Ernest Bartolo and Bert Little of the drum, Jamaican and Eric John guitar, and Britain Ray Carter guitar. They are known for their hits. They are known for their singles. They are known in their single Boogie Nights, The Groove Line, and Always Forever. Always Forever you do. That's a good song. That is a good song. If you never heard the song, listen to the song. It's just bring to slow to all the great. It's bringing get the mood to get to the people on the dance floor, especially get down for the person you dancing with, for especially for all my fellas out there, dance with your lady with this song, because this song gets you in the mood when you have a quiet time together. And ladies, y'all love this as well. But biopic Heatwave mainstream years in 1976 to 1982. The founders members, John Wilder, John G. Wilder, was a American service bid based in West Germany. When he first began to performing, observing his change from the U.S. Army, he was in the serving army at the time. He stayed in Germany. He sung in nightclubs and totally with a radical timid of bands, adequately and tentative of the bands. While still enlisted by mid-year, he decided to relocate it to United Kingdom, and through a adequate of place in a local paper, he lined up with songwriter and key Borderless, Rod and Thompson, whatever his name. The toured the London and the nightclubs and the circular build as Chicago's Heatwave during the mid 1970s. Allowed them to refine their sound and added a funk groove to disco beat. In search of a full sound vocally, Johnny Wilder called up on his brother Keith Waller, who was performing in a local band in Dayton, Ohio, to join the band on the vocals. The group was signed to GTO Records in 1972. Epic Records could handle GTO release in the state. They are prepared in the studio with GTO House producer and session guitarist Barry Blue and rhythm of guitarist James Waddington. The Ramen guitarist Corey Carter replaced it of Waddington after Waddington was killed in a stab incident. That's sad. They began to create their first album, Too Hot to Handle, in the fall of 1976. Their third single, Boogie Nights, from their debut album in 1977, reaching number 2 on the British popular music charts in January and in American in November. The single was certified platinum by the RIAA. If y'all don't know what that stands for Recording Industry Association of America. That's what RIAA stands for, Recording Industry Association of America. That's what it means. And that's in Washington, D.C. The group debut album, Too Hot to Handle, was released in the spring of 1977, giving Heatwave a number 11 on the Hot 200 and the number 5 on the R&B chart, while the next single, the soul ballad Always Forever, reached on number 18 on the Hot 100 in April 1978 and the number 2 on the R&B charts. The single was a certified platinum by the RIAA. Continued to use Barry Blue production skills. Production skills. Heat Wave released their second album, Central Heating, in April 1978. Leading single, The Groove Line, reaching the number 7 on the Hot 100 in July 1978. The single was certified platinum by the RIAA. During the late 1970s, the band changed. The band changed. At first, Eric John quit the band, and Billy Lee Jones was his replacement as a guitar. Then Ronald and Tuslet quit the band. All through the Templeton would continue writing new songs for Heatwave. He soon became better known for his songwriting for other artists, pitifully of awards winning songs for some of funk's biggest names, including Raffles, the Brothers Johnson, and George Benson. He also wrote for Huey Hancock and Quincy Jones. But his most famous partnership remains the one for with Michael Jackson, written 3 songs from his 1979 ethnic debut, Off the Wall. Yeah, that's a great album. That's one of the best albums. Not the best as Thriller albums, was the best timeless albums ever. If you never get the album. That was like my parents' generation, man. See, my parents grew up in the Jackson 5. I grew up with the Michael Jackson, the late 90s and the early 2000s when he passed. Rock with You, Off the Wall, and Burning This Disco Out, and three songs from the 1982 Thriller LP, including the title track. Yep. Despite those changes, Heat Wave are about to return to the studio when Madison's son attempted a party of Elton John's house in London. He was with his girlfriend, who declared to go, er, 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 declared to go, who declared to go house early from the party. Reason unknown. When Turtley arrived home, she was furious with him. Perhaps in an accident that, perhaps from a incident that happened at the party. And yeah, I heard about this. It was unsung and stabbing him. The knife hit him in the heart, and for several minutes he was courteously dead. When, after the 7 months, he woke from a coma, he was blind. That was sad, and and paralyzed in his entered body. To date, he had no memory of this tragic event. He declared not to press charges against his girlfriend. Shit, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I would have pressed charges against her. Fellas, if something happened to you like this, press charges. Definitely. And just leave, man. It's not worth to be in a relationship. And get this. This is what it says. Get this. And moving in with her after leaving the hospital. He must be crazy. Like, that's asking for a death wish. He must have really cheated on her. Fellas, if you cheat on a girl, it's best to leave. But ladies, leave. It's not worth it. Because no man and no woman deserve to be hurt in this kind of relationship. Get you some healthy relationship, and don't get with relationship you just hitting people. I hope my niece will learn from that. Anyway, but she need to learn to keep her hands to herself. She don't want nobody hands her. But that just goes to show you that right there. Manifest was replaced by basically Donald and and added of the key borderless Calvin Duke to the group, and now working with a new producer, Paul Ramon. Paul Ramon. That name sounds familiar. Paul Ramon. I never. I thought he was like the band Ramon, but this is a different Ramon. Heatwave cut. Heatwave cut. Hot property. Heatwave cut. I get it. Heatwave cut. Hot property. Released in May 1979. Around this time, Heatwave performed "Keep Tomorrow for Me," using over the ending credit of the action comedy Escape to Adamant, Anima, and posted to Barry Blue, and written by Ron Timothy with some and exclusive rate by Chrysler Woodard. The song is considered by some to be one of the group's best, but never get a wide release during the rights being locked up with Leonard Gallagher and ITC Entertainment. The film performed poorly at the box office, and the original proposed a soundtrack with a score and posted by Adolo and Subly and was canceled, including in Japan, where the song was released on the soundtrack to the film under its Japanese title, off side 7, and only on Vodka in that country. So what that means, only in that and that you can hear the song over there in Japan, but not in America. That basically that's what they're trying to say. It didn't do very well in America, but do well overseas. The film with the film they were making and the soundtrack of the song. During in the spring of 1979, John Wilder Jr. suffered injury in a motor accident while visiting family and friends in Dayton, Ohio. All through he survived. The accident left him paralyzed from the neck down, and that's sad, and able to continue performing with the group. After the accident, John remained a co-producer of the group, along with Blue. Taylor reminds us to continue the work with the band. He had a nursery of since the very beginning. Waterwork is a part of it with the studio work, and during 1980s, Heatwave record the Countless LP with Trump Whittington again provide the song, including standing out track All I Am, written by Blue former writing partner Leonard Du Paul. The group recruit James Deans, JD, and Nicholas, who will later become a member of the Commodores, to handle the vocals in concert. The Heat Wave November single, The Gangsters of the Groove, was a popular music success, scoring numbers 21 on the U.S. and R&B charts, failing to make the Hot 100 because of the anti-disco backflash. It was. That's the day when disco was dead. After that, it was no recovery for that. And the number 20 in the UK and early in the new year. But the album peaked at number 71 in the United States in December 18th. Heatwave in 1982 LP curiously marked yet another new era for the band. As they returned to produce Blue, the album managed number 156 on the U.S. Billboard 200. And all through it scored the group a number 21 success on the R&B chart, where Heatwave continued to be a strong presence. A Rodley and Upton penniless of single, Let It Loose, proving a minor success during August. Vertically and Derek Vertically Rumble quit the band at the end of 1982, like Rob of Carter. For a career in producing, he would go on to work with David Bowie on 1984 Tonight LP, and later mastermind Jacob and Gregory Helm breaking through. J.D. Nicholas left to replace Lionel Richie as the lead singer of the Commodores. The breakup period in predominantly 1986, Kevin Wilder and Rodley of Carter for the service of Central Line guitarist and songwriter Heatwave and Douglas Ford and Michael Fergus Murphy. The letter has also recently produced Unknown quarterly consisted of the three packed on vocals and dance in the Chain Reaction hit music video by Donna Ross, which also featured Michael on the guitar. Keith and Roy wanted to enlist them for a tour of the British U.S. Air Force Base. Michael distant cousin, Owlet Murphy, the now deceased one time guitarist for Kelly Bush, Go West, and Levels 42, also expressed an interest in working with Heatwave as a band, and through it would never materialize. Posted in 1988, Heatwave, silence as a band since early 1983. Heatwave rethought in a new lining up to record and release the album The Fire in 1988. However, Keith Water was the original member of the band present in this consolidation, all through Billy Jones, who have joined the band in the late 1970, returned as well. Meanwhile, that same year, Johnny Waller released a solo spiritual album, My Go On Light. The Water brothers once again uh, teamed up the following year for the gospel album, Sound of Soul. None of those late 1980s albums sold well. It didn't pull through. It didn't make it through. It didn't do very well. But Heatwave recognized was realizable in 1991 when a remix version of the Mind Blow Decisions charted in the UK by the mid to late 1980s. Keith Wilder was joined by bass David Williamson and vocalist Dudley Van Blackwood, and in 1990 have again reformed the band and joined by key bassist Kevin Sutherland and Brian Bird, guitarist Bill Jones, and the original drummer Ernest Berlin, and the reborn Heatwave launching an American tour with a live album recorded as the Greek Theater in Hollywood, arriving in 1997. Here's tragedy struck, and this is really sad. When death, James Wilder died in his sleep at his home in Dayton, Ohio, on 13 May 2006. Rest in peace. On 5th October 2016, Trudle's death was pronounced after what he was described by his music published as a belief aggression battle with cancer. Rest in peace. Total his have died at the age of 66 in London. The previous weeks and his funeral have already taken place. The actual date of his death was not announced. They keep it private, I understand. Kevin Wilder, Keith Wilder, born Keith Elliott Wilder in Abington, Ohio, died on 29 October 2017 at the age of 65. Rest in peace to all three of them. from Keith to Ron, and rest in peace to Johnny Wilder. Rest in peace to all three of them. Ryan and Templeton and Keith Wilder, and also his brother Johnny Wilder. Rest in peace to both of them, and that other guy as well. Rest in peace to all three of them. They will truly miss, and their music will live on a legacy, more to come. And the studio albums. In 1976, Too Hot to Handle. 1978, Central Heat. And 1979, Hot Property. And 1980, Candles. In 1982, Currency. In 1988, The Fire. So one is an Ethic and GOTO, and also from Soul City. So that's, they had their own label, and that's when the collaboration albums, the greatest hits, 1981, 1982, Power Cut, all their hottest hits, 1984, Heatwave, greatest hits, 1971, The Gangsters of the Groove, 90 Mix, 1995, Always Forever, 1996, The Best of Heatwave, Always Forever, and in 2007, Best of Heatwave. So in GTO, what's GTO stand for? It's like a British okay, stand for Gravely and Told by Organization. That's what it means. And Edit and Turner Star and Sony Music and Legacy Records and Master Cut. That's means Entertainment One, basically. And here's the hits. Okay, Ain't No Half Steppin'. In 1976, Super Soul Sister, Boogie Nights. 1977, Too Hot to Handle, Slip Your CD to This, and Always Forever, Mind Blow Decision Remix. And 1978, The Groove Line, Mind Blows Decision, Eyeballing. 1979, Reza and Dawza, One Night Tang, Those Warfares. 1980, Gangsters of the Groove, Where Did I Go Wrong, Buggin'. 1981, Posted Until It Closed, Turn Around. 1982, Let It Loose, Look After Love. 1987, Straight from the Heart. 1988, Who Is That, Mind Blows Decision, Decision Mix. 1990, Feel Like Making Love, featured in Lee Brown. And 2001, Groove Line and Peter and Leslie versus Heatwave. So their music will live on for many years to come in the next generation. And rest in peace to Johnny Wilder Jr. and also his brother Kevin Wilder, and rest in peace Red and Templeton. Rest in peace for all three of them, and the lead singer as well. I mean, it's sad that you hear incidents like this, and even in music entertainment, that they not seeking out the credit, that they get the credit they obviously they should get, or they should deserve. But the goodest thing about it, that people gonna know who those guys are and what they meant to people and what they meant to music, and here the legacy will live in and live on. Okay, well, I'm gonna continue on this on next week, and I hope you enjoy this. So on next Sunday, we're gonna talk about the music you, because this is gonna be a very, very interesting subject that I'm going to talk about, because it's sad what happened to music you, and look forward to that on next Sunday. So I see y'all then. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basic. Chuck, this is our text baby. Until next time. All right. Peace. I'm out. All right. Peace.